Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Rana. Tonight we're talking about all the games for PS Extra and PS Premium that are leaving in March. Strangely, there's only 6 of them, so not a big list. And then also only 7 new arrivals. And other than Lego Worlds and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I don't know. Seems pretty blah to me as far as new games go. Anyway, all right. Code Vein, the first game that's leaving. I mentioned this in an episode of Demo Days. It's Bandai Namco, whom I do not necessarily love. I've talked a lot of crap about them. But this game really turned out to be quite good, and I liked it a lot. It is a Souls-like, but I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe there's difficulty settings to some degree, but either way, it's just not as punishing. The areas are a little shorter and tighter. But it kind of has the same shtick where you gotta duck, dodge, and roll your way, and then you have your giant weapon. And I don't know why, the first time I played it, I got a cool, like, sword, like almost a Buster Sword, and then on this run, I didn't change anything, but for some reason I've got a big cement block with a pylon running through it, and it's really slow and kind of aggravating. Anyways, instead of fireplaces or campfires, they have this thing that you activate. And then, as you'll see here, I'm going down to open a door that's going to connect to a previous part of the level. So, very Souls-like, but, I don't know, a lot more fun. And I love the whole hub world, as you can see in the background. Again, I've only played, I'd say about 3 hours of it, but I really did enjoy it. Check it out before it leaves. Alright, Outer Wilds. Okay. This one's a little divisive. At least, for me, it's great. I mean, look at it. It has like a almost like first-person Jak and Daxter kind of vibe to it. Especially the first hour or so when you're on the home world before you take off is really great. Or however long it is. But then you get up into space and you start going to planets, but there's no waypoints. There's no... You have like 5 or 6 planets, and you just kind of randomly go to one and explore it. And then you get lost and you don't really know what you're doing. Again, no waypoints, no mission markers, nothing telling you where to go. You just kind of have to piece the story together. And I played it for quite a while. I got some kind of special instrument from a guy on one planet that opens the doors on this planet. And then I got down into some weird futuristic lab. Also, the world ends every, I don't know if it's 10 or 20 minutes. The world ends, there's a supernova. And so I don't know why on the planet you can take your time, but once you get up into space, there's this timer that starts counting down, and then the world ends and it shows you what you played, and then you start at the beginning again. And so you have to go to all these little planets and collect all this information, and you get about... I think it's 10 minutes to do it, and then you start all over again. So it's almost roguelike in that way, except, the levels don't change or anything. But, you'll go through all this effort to land on a planet and get somewhere, and then you'll realize the timer's kind of running down, and the whole world's about to end again. So, yeah, I'm really mixed about it. It's clearly made with love. It's wonderful to look at. The concept is there, but... You really feel lost all the time, like you're just wandering around, and that's a shame. Okay. Alright, Sid Meier's Civilization 6, and I had a problem with this. It wouldn't play. Every time I went to play now, it just froze, like this. And eventually I think I had to restart or something like that. But I got the game going, and I realized suddenly that I need to play this with someone who knows how to play this, because even the tutorial or whatever I'm doing here, I said, I have never played one of these games before. So then she starts talking, but she doesn't lead you by the hand. She just says, you'll probably want to do this, you'll probably want to do that. Remember to press this to look at your menu, but they don't lead you through like an attack or anything like that, like some of the games do. Or help you build something, or whatever. So I'm just completely lost, and I'm not slamming it at all. I'm sure it's a great game, but I'm going to have like Chris or somebody sit down with me and show me how this game is played. Alright, moving on to Chia! Yeah, sorry. So I thought it was a platformer kind of game. That's what I expected. and then when I got into it, I wasn't sure. The game takes so long to start. There's all these rhythm games that you have to do, and you have to grab this and that, and you have to sit here and play guitar with this guy. And, I mean, the music's great, and the environment's wonderful. It's, again, another game clearly made with love, but I found myself lost at certain times, like, set the time to midnight using the Soul Melody. That took me so long to figure out what the Soul... I think I had to actually look it up. But, anyways, it's great, but to be honest, I basically got to the open world section, which you're going to see in a second, and, I don't know, that was 2 hours into the game, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break for now. Again, all these games, I'm just kind of, most of them I have not played before other than Code Vein and Outer Wilds, so I'm just kind of dipping my toe in and getting a kind of a first impression. But then I did get to the open world, and it looked really interesting, but then I grabbed this dog, and I was like, oh, what is this, like, Human Fall Flat or something? It just looks really cheesy and weird. You can throw the dog at people, or you can keep the dog. I don't know. It's cool, but it is what it is. Alright, Neo, The World Ends With You. I really had no idea what to expect here, but as I started playing it, I got some strong vibes. It took a minute to figure out what it was, but then it's really obvious. It's a Persona ripoff. And I don't know if it's a total ripoff, if this game series has been out as long or something like that, but it's a Persona game. That's what it is. And, you know, I didn't get to the dungeons or anything. I just kind of played the beginning of it, so this might be one of the games I come back and dip my toe into. But again, it's Persona 5. Alright, now our final game of the night. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Yeah, isn't that music cool? This is Haven. My first impressions of it are kind of like a BioWare game meets Gravity Rush. It's its own thing. It's really interesting. I don't know. I'm going to attempt to really get into this and try it out and see what it's like, but
have you ever seen
no guarantees here. No. There really wasn't one on this list that I haven't already played that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna beat that before it leaves in March. But this one's interesting. I don't know what to make of it at all yet, and I don't know if there's any combat. But so far, it's just gliding and dialogue choices. So we'll see what it's like. As I keep playing it here for the next couple weeks. Anyways, there you go. That's all the games that are leaving in March from PlayStation, PS Extra. By the way, the Outer Wilds is the PS Premium game that's leaving, just so you know. Anyways, thanks for watching, and good night.